Question number 12, Denis O'Rourke.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. This question is addressed to the Minister for the Environment. Does he stand by all his statements?
Speaker. The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Yes, and I particularly stand by my statement that New Zealand first voted for the emissions trading scheme legislation and the addition of joint iwi management agreements to the RMA, but now pretends it opposed both these environmental laws.
Supplementary.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Why did he announce a grant of $3.8 million out of the Waste Minimisation Fund to Waste Management New Zealand for a nationwide tyre collection network when that company's last recorded profit after tax was $30 million and when there has been no request for proposals to allow Kiwi companies to propose solutions for the disposal of tyres?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
The bid was awarded to Waste Management New Zealand after a contestable process in which they proved it's possible to be both profitable and to do good environmental things. They have a network of 70 depots across New Zealand, 800 trucks, and it makes great sense, and I'm very proud that this government is taking action against waste tyres that cause problems with leachates, with the risk of burning, of which local government has long asked for a solution and of which this government has provided.
So what's the problem? Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
In making his decision to subsidise waste management, was he concerned that Beijing Capital Group, the owner of Waste Management New Zealand, has failed its obligation to lodge financial statements with the Companies Office since the 3rd of January 2014, and if not, why not?
And again, insofar as there may be ministerial responsibility,
Mr Speaker, it's not my concern whether Waste Management might have Chinese-sounding name shareholders. I'm not concerned that they might be profitable. What I am concerned about, did they put up the best proposal to the independent panel for addressing the long-standing tyre problem? And the answer to that was yes, they did, and both the combination of that bid and the other 9 selected bids finds a solution for the 5 million waste tyres that we have each year.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
What confidence can taxpayers have anyway in Beijing Capital Group, Waste Management's owner, when Moody's has recently downgraded its creditworthiness to just one step above junk bonds?
Again, insofar as there may be ministerial responsibility,
Mr Speaker, Waste Management New Zealand is one of New Zealand's largest waste companies, and I actually don't mind whether their investors happen to have Chinese-sounding names. What I do care about is actually that we both collect, shred and properly dispose of New Zealand's 5 million waste tyres each year, and in that respect, Waste Management's bid was the best bid that the Ministry for the Environment assessed.
Supplementary question,
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister. Does he stand by his statement in response to the court filing of the Brook Valley Sanctuary proceedings that, quote, the national pest control regulations for the use of 1080 and Britificum were introduced on the recommendations of the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment, when in fact the Parliamentary Commissioner was very clear that she only supported 1080 and not Britificum on page 58 and 59 of her report, stating the by-kill of native species is a significant risk from the use of anticoagulants?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment recommended that it was more sensible to have one set of pest control regulations for New Zealand rather than us having 86 different rules with different councils. As a consequence, this government adopted those national pest control regulations. They were consulted on. 3/4 of the people that submitted supported them, including the inclusion of Britificum. And in my view, if we're serious about creating sanctuaries and meeting my colleague Maggie Barry's ambitious plans for predator-free New Zealand by 2050, then those poisons are required.
Point of order.
Point of order, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My point of order is that my question was specifically about why did the Minister refer to the Parliamentary Commission for the Environment endorsing the use of brodifacoum?
The member's spending a lot of time studying Speaker's ruling, so I'd be grateful if you consider the ones that refer to the generality of the primary question. When a primary question like that is asked, you cannot expect specific answers, no matter how specific the supplementary question may be. That concludes question for oral answer. Would some honourable member care to move that the House take note of miscellaneous business?
I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Andrew Little.